Today we are designing a big hospital complex on a hillside with various different buildings and a beautiful Art Deco style hospital from the southwestern region PEC as a centerpiece. The hospital will also have direct metro access with a custom-made station right next to it. So let's take a look at where it is located in the context of the city. We start by figuring out where we want to build our hospital buildings. I've decided to build them along this hill here. As you can see from the contour lines, it's quite a steep terrain here, but in real life hospitals are also oftentimes built on mountains or hills, so if anyone has any explanation for this, please let me know in the comments. I've always wondered why hospitals are so often built on top of hills. In any case, we use the hospital from the southwestern PEC as the main building and also the oldest part of the complex, but to me it actually looks more like a hospital that is located somewhere in New York and would therefore fit in better with the northeastern PEC, but that's just my opinion. It's a super beautiful asset nonetheless, and I just had to build it somewhere in the city. Unfortunately, you can't change the color, but that's okay. The hospital has been expanded over the years and a lot of new and more modern buildings have been added. I used the Chinese hospital as an extension, but also vanilla buildings that I plopped with the static building mod. So they are not functional, but also not terrain conforming, which makes it much easier to detail the buildings. Besides, we don't need 4 hospitals in one place. The patient capacity of the 2 is already more than enough, but we had to color the buildings a bit later in a creme tone, so it fits better to the Art Deco styled main building. One of the most important parts is also to have enough parking spaces. That's why we built a lot of big parking garages to accommodate all the workers and visitors. When we have placed every building down, we'll have to think about how we want to do the road layout. But that's also largely based on the terrain, which, as I said, is relatively steep, but in the end we've managed to get a pretty organic layout, but there was obviously a lot of planning necessary before I knew how I wanted to set it all up. What do you think about the layout?
Can you see me shaking? Hear the sound of my heart breaking. Bless the soul that's aching, hoping I survive. The feeling lingers on every day of every month, wishing I just could forget about you. The weight upon my bones makes it harder to move on. Oh baby,
We also have to design the area around the hospital somehow, so that it blends in perfectly with the surroundings. To do this, we are expanding the neighborhood at the bottom of the screen. This one consists mainly of large apartment complexes, but we also have a few detached houses, which we place here along the street as well. Then we simply place a few trees and bushes so that everything looks livelier and greener. Here we are almost on the edge of the city and also next to the large park that I will be building in one of the next videos, so it's very green and wooded here. After that we'll build 2 more elongated buildings, which we already had in this form in the neighborhood, and these round off the area around the hospital perfectly.
we thought that we were foolish, not that we were cruel enough to do it. Now I feel so stupid. Don't you feel that too? feeling lingers on every day of every month. Wishing I just could forget about you. The weight upon my bones makes it harder to move on. Oh baby, don't think that I'll ever forgive myself for losing you, or for losing you. Left all over when those dusty shells. Can't forgive myself for losing you. For losing you. For losing you. You know that I'm the queen of overthinking.
Since we have already placed all the hospital buildings, we can now take care of the details. The terrain here is relatively difficult, so I use a lot of footpaths to create simple concrete walls. I think they make an extremely big difference compared to leaving everything with the ugly cliff texture. Then I also use a few brick surfaces to build areas that are open to the public or where patients can stay. The rest I design with different soil textures and also bushes and trees as usual. We also built a parking garage at the very beginning, halfway over the metro tracks. Therefore, we'll build a concrete ceiling underneath and a few posts to support the whole structure. Perhaps a little unnecessary, but it looks relatively cool in my opinion. I'm not so sure though, because it blocks parts of the view of this magnificent building. But parking lots are just super important around hospitals, and of course I made them all free, but I just doubt they will ever be fully utilized. Maybe if I build more residential areas in the surrounding areas, who knows.
As I'm walking to your place, I'm shaking. I am picturing the worst in my mind. I cannot stand losing you. No, I will fight. 'Cause I believe in us. I won't give up on you. I will be holding on for life. Hope you believe in us. Please don't give up on me. At least give me
Such a large building or such a large complex, it might even be a university hospital, needs of course a good public transport connection. That's why I decided to build a metro station right here at the foot of the main hospital building, as the metro tracks run along here anyway, and it was the perfect solution and location. I'm designing this station completely by myself, which simply gives me more freedom in my design choices. First of all, however, we have to do a bit of work on the terrain here. I then decided to build a station on a kind of bridge. In one of the previous episodes, I actually built exactly the same metro station as this one, but I think it just looks really cool, so we can have this design more than once in the city. Or is it too unique to copy elsewhere? Let me know in the comments. We used this steel arch bridge and put it under the tracks with the platform. The park will then run underneath it, maybe also the tram tracks that run in front of the National Art Gallery. In any case, we have 2 pedestrian stairs that lead up to the hospital, but also a relatively steep path that then leads down. I then detailed the whole thing with the same details and in the same style as the metro station from the other episode, but with a slightly different color scheme. I simply copied this with the Ctrl+C mod and put it on here. Of course, that saved a lot of time, but it would be way nicer if Move It had the copy-paste function as well, such as in CS1. In the last chapter, we can go back to detailing the hospital. Here, we use the same techniques again and also build a few access roads to the parking garages so that they can also be reached by cars. To do this, we have to stick to the terrain again and therefore need relatively windy roads with hairpin bends, which is not necessarily unrealistic, I think, as streets to parking garages are always super tight and bendy. Unfortunately, I forgot to record the screen at the end, so about half of the detailing is missing, but it's basically the same as you've already seen, just in different places. I hope you can forgive me for that, something like this hasn't happened to me for a while. Later I will also connect the main building with one of the parking garages via pedestrian bridges, so that people have an easy and uncomplicated access into the building. Something like that we also find in Portland, at the Oregon State University Hospital or something like that, and that was also one of my main inspirations for this build indeed, definitely. Let me know what you think of the end result. I think it fits perfectly in this part of the city.
A force of habit to point at another mistake, but two wrongs don't make one right. I gotta pull it together before it's too late, and now a glass in my mind alight. I know this coming. Ooh, I should have heard faith calling, trying to pull me out. But how do I get out? Yeah, how do I get out? I feel the pressure on me, how it's itching under my own skin. It's getting real hard to breathe. I gotta move on right now. I feel the pressure. I don't need no one to say you're complicated, 'cause I knew from the start this might be overrated. It's so typical, you wanna give it one more try, even though if your mind is telling you it's all a lie. Oh, I gotta wake up, this might be a breakup, 'cause I don't believe you when you say that you miss me. 'Cause where are your actions to prove me you're different? When I say I need you and you head the direction that's leading away from me, baby. I don't believe you, no. 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 One thing I love about you is your dedication. It got me dreaming at the station on my way home. Oh,
What do you think about that design and what do you want to see next in the city? Let me know in the comments. I thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you would like to support me a little bit further, you can visit my Patreon site. There you will find a save game for every episode of the ongoing city build you see in the background. I think with this addition the city has definitely become a bit more amazing and bigger. You're very welcome to explore everything yourself down to the last detail. But don't forget to download all the mods I used. It's just a few clicks and in under 1 minute you can already hop into the game when you follow all the instructions on my pinned Patreon post. You'll find the graphics and luminous settings there as well. And we can also chat a bit and have a nice time, of course. I would like to thank all the people who have already decided to support me on Patreon so much. I'm absolutely speechless by your support over there, and exactly this support makes videos like this on a regular basis even possible. So if you want to see more, you know what to do. But now I say see you for the video, have a nice day and ciao ciao for now.